Pay-to-win features. Pay-to-win features are another growing frustration in Roblox. Many developers rely on selling Robux-powered advantages to make money, but the way they design these systems often ruins the balance of the game. For example, in a fighting game, a paying player might unlock an overpowered weapon that no free-to-play player can counter. In a simulator game, someone who buys boosts can progress 10 times faster than anyone else. This creates a system where skill and effort don't matter. Only spending money does. For kids who can't afford Robux, it makes games feel unfair and discouraging. For those who can spend, it teaches that money is the shortcut to success. Developers exploit this by making free progress painfully slow, so players feel forced to pay just to keep up. It's manipulative, and while it generates massive profits, it damages the integrity of games and turns them into cash grabs. Hackers. Hackers are one of the biggest frustrations for regular Roblox players. Armed with exploits and scripts, they can completely break the rules of a game in seconds. Some hackers use flight, speed, or infinite health cheats to dominate competitive matches unfairly. Others crash entire servers with overload exploits, ruining the fun for dozens of players at once. Some go even further, breaking in-game economies by duplicating items, generating fake currency, or destroying progress. There are whole underground communities built around selling these cheats, and in some cases, teenage hackers have made real money exploiting Roblox's systems. For the average player, encountering a hacker is infuriating. It means wasted time, lost progress, and the realization that fairness doesn't always exist on the platform. Scams. Scams are one of the oldest and most persistent problems in Roblox. Since the platform's economy revolves around Robux and tradable limited items, scammers see kids as easy targets. Fake Robux generators are everywhere, from misleading games on the platform to scam websites outside of it. These scams usually promise unlimited Robux or free limited items, but in reality, they trick users into giving away their login details. Once an account is compromised, scammers immediately drain it, selling limiteds, spending Robux, or transferring everything to other accounts. Trade scams are another method. A scammer might promise to give a rare item in exchange for something valuable, but once they get their part, they disappear. Some scammers even use more advanced techniques, such as convincing players to paste a piece of code into their browser console, which secretly hands over access to the account. The harsh truth is that once you fall for one of these scams, recovery is almost impossible. Roblox rarely reverses trades or stolen items, and players are often left with nothing. Because so many Roblox users are children who don't fully understand online safety, scammers have an endless supply of victims, making this one of the most damaging issues on the platform. Brainrot Games. Brainrot games are designed to keep players hooked while offering almost nothing of value. They are usually mass-produced by developers who care more about ad revenue and Game Pass sales than creativity. These games rely on repetitive mechanics, clicking, grinding, or waiting for timers, combined with bright, flashy graphics and over-the-top titles to bait players into joining. They often appear on the front page not because they're good, but because the developers advertise heavily or exploit the algorithm. Once inside, players are spammed with pop-ups telling them to buy game passes, boosts, or VIP status. Instead of real gameplay, Brainrot games use psychology, endless progress bars, fake rewards, or limited-time offers that make kids feel pressured to spend Robux. For example, you might join a game where all you do is walk forward endlessly, and every few minutes you're told you can walk faster if you pay. Kids fall into the loop, wasting time and money while the developers cash in. These games clog Roblox's discovery system and make it harder for genuinely creative projects to shine. They don't exist to entertain. They exist to milk the player base for profit. Gooners. The rise of Gooners on Roblox shows just how far inappropriate behavior can spread, even on a kid-focused platform. These players bring adult humor, sexual innuendo, and disturbing behavior into spaces meant for children. They might dress avatars in provocative ways, abuse loopholes in the moderation system to sneak in inappropriate words or symbols, or lurk in roleplay servers making others uncomfortable. Some of them use Roblox as a place to act out fantasies that don't belong on a family-friendly platform. This kind of behavior poisons the community, especially when kids are exposed to it and begin to think it's normal. The presence of Gooners highlights one of Roblox's biggest weaknesses. While moderation works overtime to block innocent words and harmless memes, it often fails to catch people who actively spread harmful content. It's not only disturbing, it's also dangerous, because this kind of environment can overlap with predators who use the same tactics to push boundaries with children. Gooners are a symptom of Roblox's moderation problem, and their continued presence damages the platform's reputation. Toxic players. Toxicity is everywhere in Roblox, and it comes in many forms. In competitive games, you'll often see players trash-talking in chat, calling others names, or mocking them for losing. In social or roleplay games, toxic players harass others, start drama, or team up to bully individuals. Sometimes toxicity is subtle, like excluding players from groups, and sometimes it's extreme, with players spamming threats, insults, or personal attacks. The problem is that many of Roblox's players are kids, and being on the receiving end of this kind of abuse can be especially damaging. It ruins the experience of gaming, discourages creativity, and makes people afraid to join public servers. Toxicity spreads easily, too. Some YouTubers and streamers glorify this behavior for views, teaching their fans that bullying or trolling is funny. Over time, it becomes normal in certain communities, turning Roblox into a toxic environment for anyone who just wants to play. Moderation. Moderation is probably Roblox's most infamous weakness. While the company claims to enforce strict safety standards, in practice the system is broken and inconsistent. Roblox relies heavily on automated filters and AI systems to handle the millions of uploads and chat messages that happen every day. That means innocent players often get banned for harmless mistakes, while genuinely harmful content slips through the cracks. Players have reported being banned for uploading clothing that barely bends the rules, while predators and scammers manage to stay active for months. Reports submitted by players are often ignored or handled so slowly that the damage is already done. The censorship filter is another problem. It aggressively blocks innocent words, making conversations frustrating, yet it doesn't always stop people from sneaking around the rules with alternate spellings or coded language. Many players feel moderation punishes the wrong people, hitting innocent users with harsh bans while ignoring the real threats. This inconsistency has led to widespread mistrust of Roblox's ability to protect its community. It's not unusual for players to say that Roblox moderation is either too strict when it shouldn't be, or too weak when it matters most. Predators are the darkest and most frightening issue on Roblox. Because the platform is so popular with children, it has become a hunting ground for people with bad intentions. Predators often disguise themselves as kids, joining roleplay or hangout servers to blend in. They gain trust slowly, acting friendly and innocent at first, before gradually steering conversations in disturbing directions. Over time, they might encourage kids to share personal information, move the conversation off Roblox onto apps like Discord or Snapchat, or even arrange real-life meetings. Grouping like this has been documented many times, and in some cases, it has led to criminal charges. Roblox has put systems in place like chat filters and stricter parental controls, but predators are persistent and find ways to exploit loopholes. The scariest part is that many kids don't recognize the danger until it's too late. Parents may not even realize what's happening until their child has already been manipulated. This is not just a Roblox problem. It's a serious real-world danger that puts young people at risk every single day.